A reading from St. Matthew's Gospel, chapter 13. Jesus said to his disciples, "Hear then the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what is sown in the heart. This is what was sown on the path. As for what was sown on rocky ground, this is the one who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet such a person has no root, but endures only for a while, and when trouble or persecution arises on account of the word, that person immediately falls away. As for what was sown among thorns, this is the one who hears the word, but the cares of the world and the lure of wealth choke the word, and it yields nothing. But as for what was sown on good soil, this is the one who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and yields, in one case 100-fold, in another 60, and in another 30. We live in an age that cannot stand any kind of inequality or inequity. We strive for the equal starting line for everyone, at least concerning social and economic competitions. But we know there has never been such a society or era in human history which achieved perfect equality and equity. But parents of more than one child know every child is different, not only their temperaments, but also their talents and intelligence. Is it because of different combination of genes? Then will we be happy if we create a new race of human clones sharing exactly the same combination of genes? I don't have an answer. Now, what about the equality of spiritual dispositions? The parable of the sower shows different spiritual dispositions: the path, the rocky ground, the thorn bush, and the good soil. People say they can see some kids are saint material, and some kids are always full of troubles. Does God create saints? But does He also create the damned? Why doesn't God create spiritual clones of the saints? Why doesn't God give us all equally a heart of good soil? Some say certain professions should have an advantage in the spiritual life: religious monks and nuns, ordained ministers, workers of non-profit charitable organizations, etc. Perhaps they are right, but somehow the rate of deviated behaviors such as pedophilia or homosexuality in these groups of professions is about the same in other groups, if not higher. Reading the Bible and preaching it as a part of their professions don't seem to give them an express ticket to heaven. Does any particular age, sex, race, social status, family background, intelligence, temperament, profession, or health condition give a head start or a handicap? I have been a priest for some time, but I don't see any advantage or disadvantage in spiritual life or in bearing the fruit of the gospel because I am a priest. The Lord is fair in a different sense. All creations are different. There is nothing or no one the same. And He allows everything and everybody to be different. But everyone faces spiritual struggles. It doesn't matter who you are and where you are. It doesn't matter whether you are baptized or not. It doesn't matter if you are married or not. It doesn't matter if you are heterosexual or homosexual. It doesn't matter if you have a PhD or a high school diploma. It doesn't matter if you're a bishop or a salesperson. If I have a heart of rocky ground, I need to cultivate it. If I have a heart of good soil, I still have to keep it fertile with manure. Our spiritual work or struggle never stops until the moment of death. No one can follow Jesus without his cross. But remember what St. Paul advises. God does not let us be tempted beyond our strength. And let us remind ourselves of what Jesus encourages us. His yoke is easy and his burden is light.